Namaste yo, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Shri aka Not So Sheiks. I'm back with another video, and this is the most requested video so far, and I have been thinking of doing this video for more than months now. So, yeah, this video is about Masters in Biotechnology at Northeastern. So, yeah, let's quickly get into the video. So, today I am joined by my classmate and technically one of my seniors. Just so you know, all three of us are in MS Biotechnology at Northeastern, and I will leave it for you guys to introduce yourselves.
So hi, I'm Shruti Pandey and I came this spring of 2024 for my master's in biotechnology, and currently I'm in my second semester.
Hi guys, I'm Mansha. Even I am pursuing my master's in biotechnology. I am actually doing my co-op right now. So I came last fall.
Chalo, let's get started. I do have a set of questions that I prepared, and yeah, I've been getting a lot of DMs about the course, what you can expect. So, if I do this series of videos wherein I will be interviewing people from different backgrounds, different majors, so that you can get as much information as possible. So, can you both give us a brief overview of your course?
My course overviews, I have chosen Masters in Biotech, that's MS in Biotech, that's like a 2.5 years course. And for the first 2 semesters, I've just chosen my core subjects, and co-op is mandatory.
So our course is a little wide if you look at comparative to the other universities, because we have business subjects and research subjects, so that gives you an opportunity to make combinations and go ahead with your interests.
So within Masters in Biotechnology at Northeastern, you do have different concentrations that you can choose from, and it's not a necessity that you have to pick one concentration. I have not picked any concentration, so I'm technically no concentration. That works as well. But what happens when you do no concentration is that you can just go with wide range of electives. Are you in no concentration?
I have not chosen any concentration as well.
Okay, what about you?
Yeah, same.
So, what is the duration of the program, and are there any options for accelerated study?
So the duration of the program is 2.5 years, with co-op being mandatory. And yes, there is an option for accelerated study that you can complete your masters just in 1 year.
So basically, when we say 2.5 years, like Shruti said, that it includes the co-op tenure. But basically, we just like any other master's program have 4 semesters.
What are the typical tuition costs and other costs associated for this course? As far as I know, we pay somewhere around $1,800 per credit. And for College of Science, biotech graduates, in order to graduate, we have to complete 34 credits, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have to complete 34 credits. And for 4 semesters that Northeastern is going to teach you, you will have to pay somewhere around $61,000. You can convert that into INR and then estimate it. Additionally, yeah, this is not including your living cost. Okay, moving on. What are some of the core courses or areas of study within your course?
Core courses, usually you're given a list of that to take in the first semester and your second semester. Basically, they have like the basics of biotech, the molecular biology course, and a protein principle course, or as she said, an enterprise course. And yeah,
The cell culture also
cell
for
culture
us.
courses. So these courses, if you think that these are going to be mostly sciencey based and a lot of in-depth theory based, but I feel like they are more industry based.
Yeah.
That they're giving you an idea of how these things are going to work in an industry, rather than how you usually study in an
Right.
undergrad course about the cell culture processes and everything. That's not it. And there's another course called Basic Biotechnology Lab Skills, which can be taken by students, and it can be waived off, depends on you.
Very funny story. I was naive enough when I first came to Northeastern. I didn't know how the entire thing works, and I think we were
both
having a
spoke,
conversation before
exactly.
giving that quiz,
Yeah.
right? So we had a conversation one day, and I'm like, "Are you planning to take this course and all of that?" Because I had enough lab exposure in India, but I was not sure how things work here in the States. So I wanted to desperately
yeah.
take that lab. So I kind of जानबूझ के I made mistakes in the quiz,
Oh, yeah.
and then I got that's
yeah.
the dumbest
Exactly.
dumbest thing that I've ever done in my
I
entire
wasn't
life.
sure that if you make it all correct, if the quiz is like fine and you pass the quiz, you can still take that course. I didn't know that, and I was like, oh, you have to fail the course.
Right, you did
the
that as
quiz.
well.
Yeah, you have to fail the quiz in order to take that.
So you literally
We
gave
literally
wrong
failed
answers.
Yeah,
Wow.
we failed.
Yeah, we failed the test
Y'all
on
didn't think,
purpose.
y'all didn't think that not giving the quiz and taking it up was an option.
See, that's
huh?
that's where naive and
If you don't even know how to pipette, take the course. If you
Yeah.
know how to pipette, do not
Don't
take the
have to.
course. That is it. Paisa save karo. What kind of career opportunities or industries do students typically pursue after completing this program? Well, Mansha is currently doing her co-op, so I think she can give a better answer than me and Shruti. So I'll direct this question to you.
Thank you. No, it's not like I know much, but it's just that I've been doing a co-op since the last 5 months, so it's just like a little bit of idea. So the opportunity is that, you know, what I, in my own company, when I look at people, most of the people after biotech masters are getting into R&D, research and development. A lot of people have this interest that, you know, you want to jump into management roles. At least 90% positions are all research and development based. So if you guys like research, if you like working in the labs, these are the kinds of positions that you will find once you graduate in terms of you know, work and all. Do not expect management and business roles initially. So a lot of people who are doing those kinds of roles have actually reached there after at least 6-7 years of being in the lab, and then gradually, you know, switching into the management side. R&D it is for now.
What qualifications are typically required for this course? Like to get in, what could be the qualification?
For to apply to masters
Yeah, to
in
apply to
biotech.
masters in biotech
It's
at
just
Northeastern.
it's not compulsory that your bachelor should be in biotech. It's not like, oh, BSc in biotech or BTech in biotech, not necessary. You can, yeah, definitely a science background. Like
Life
you could
sciences
be
background.
life sciences, correct.
I would always recommend you to directly mail the university,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
that could be the wisest thing anybody would want to do. Well, moving on to the next question, can you share your experience with the faculty and teaching methods? What can somebody who's gonna come to Northeastern can expect?
so far my experience has been fine actually. It's
No
great.
complaints?
Yeah, no complaints as such. Professors in general, I think they're fine. There's some can be a little really like a little strict with their grading. I've had a bad experience with that. I have
Well, I
traumatic
know who you're
experience.
talking
exactly.
about.
So yeah, so some can be really strict and tricky with their grading systems, but in general they're fine.
What I would honestly recommend you is that try talking with seniors or friends that you already have who are studying in, who are taking up these courses, so that you can get a better idea what types of hands-on experience or practical learning opportunities like working in a lab, internships, or co-ops are available.
I'm pretty sure everyone knows, right? Northeastern is known for a co-op. All universities don't have this option to allow you to like work alongside your masters. But Northeastern has this co-op program where for 6 to 8 months you can actually work, like, you know, you're doing a proper job to get an industry exposure, and that doesn't happen everywhere. And yeah, co-ops, it is at, like, given the current position of the markets, it's a little tricky to find.
Right.
And one thing I've honestly realized at this point is connections. Really, a lot of people, like including me, okay, so you end up landing co-ops. I'm not saying you can't get it just by applying directly, of course you do, and but at this point the market is not that great, and a lot of people are landing co-ops just because you end up finding connections. You connect with friends, professors, then somebody who knows somebody else
You
who stays
actually
here.
can start with cold emailing or cold texting people
Yeah,
on LinkedIn. That
LinkedIn.
works.
Yeah.
Just LinkedIn all your seniors most. If you are so worried about how to do that, don't worry. You have a course for that, and that's compulsory for you
Yeah.
to take. You will learn how to approach people.
Yeah, in the second sem, there's this co-op course, mandatory co-op course. so they'll help you out
Yeah.
with how to
You'll know
approach
how
I
to
clients.
approach
myself would be
messages.
dead without the
Oh
course.
yeah, that's a really good course. Try to take it offline. Do not take it online. I would really recommend you to take it offline.
So the hot topic co-op is now over. We're not gonna talk about
Oh yeah,
co-op
coming
anymore.
back to the question, we kind of diverted. The other opportunities for you to work in any of the
Oh,
labs
yeah.
in Northeastern.
RA positions.
Yeah, RA positions. In biotech, most of them are not paid, sadly, because they're providing you with the experience to work in the lab. But and yeah, that's it. So you won't be.
Well,
usually
you currently
getting-
are working in a lab.
Yeah.
Like, care to tell
Yeah,
how
so-
is it going?
So, cold emailing the professors is the way to go for it. Like it or not, this is cliche because it works. So, cold emailing all the professors whose work that you really like. If you want to work right after you come here, start mailing right now. Just cold email people.
So I recently got into a lab. It's been like almost a month since I got in. I went above and beyond. I couldn't find any position in a biotech lab, so I have applied for a bioengineering lab. So I'm currently working in a bioengineering lab, not biotech. But then it's all about the work that is going on. So in my lab, I'm currently working with cancer cells, and I am getting a lot of hands-on experience. If you reach out and then use the resources around you to the point, I think you can make maximum out of it.
And I think it's a good idea to just work in the lab before you go out in the industry
Yeah.
to work for pre-co-op or co-op.
And also, you might think this way, okay, I'm not even getting paid. Why do I have to like spend hours in a lab? All of that could be mixed feelings, I agree. But then the ground rule is that you have something huge to add in your resume, which takes you to the long way. So it's all about the long shot, long picture that you're, thinking about. Okay, here's my favorite question. You guys will be interested, I guess. How is the community within your program? Do students collaborate or work independently? And by community, I mean the cultural diversity, international.
Oh, yeah,
Community,
lot of
Indians,
diversity.
Indians.
No, lot of diversity. So many people.
Yeah, a lot of diversity, but within Indian
India.
students.
Indians.
What part of India are you from?
I'm from Mumbai.
Oh, she's from Mumbai.
So
You?
Uttarakhand.
I'm from AP. You all know. If you don't know abhi tak, then okay.
Yeah, you can.
I'm not doing a good job is what I'll take.
But yeah, point being, a lot of Indians here. 70% of the uni,
Yeah,
60% is Indians, honestly
Yeah,
speaking.
and then there are some other Asians from China or
Asian,
Korea,
Indonesia.
Indonesia and other
Europeans
countries.
There are some
Also-
Koreans. If I have to talk about something specific in my class, I think the class ratio goes like this. 80% of them are Asians. And then out of the 80%, like say 60% are Indians, 20% could be Chinese or Koreans, Indonesians, all Asians, okay? And then rest of them could be either NRIs, like, ABCDs, technically American born, confused daisies. Like, technically American born Indians, okay? Could be them. And there are fair amount of Canadians, there are fair amount of Americans as well. It is not just like, okay, I'm still studying in India. It's not the case.
Yeah,
But talking about the collaborative or working independently part, I think so MS in biotechnology is a project based
yeah.
major, right?
Yeah, so you every course you will have some of the other projects which are group projects, group assignments. So yeah, you usually tend to, and it's not like you get to choose in every course who you want to work with. So you'll be randomly assigned to a group, and you will have to work with random people in the class, and that could be any of the people. And
It's
then,
actually
yeah,
nice, you
that's
get
actually
to
really
interact
nice.
with
So
so
you get
many
to
people
interact,
through your
yeah.
projects. And one
Teamwork,
very
and then-
important thing, by project we don't mean the master's dissertation, okay? So Northeastern does not have the regular master. So in India or maybe other places you will see master's program does have a dissertation, like a 6-month final project towards the end. But Northeastern does not have that. So when we're talking about projects, we mean in the different subjects across the semesters. You'll have like group presentations and all. We mean that by projects are not
Yeah.
the 6 month
Oh, yeah.
regular dissertation that you have. So,
We do have fair amount of projects, so even in a
Yeah.
particular
Every course
course
will have it.
you can have up to 5-6 projects in a course, within
Yeah.
a semester, but then most of them are like 2 weeks long at max,
Yeah, that's what it won't take a lot
and the
of
groups
time.
keep changing.
Yeah.
So if you are a QT who would want to stay in their own bubble and then do the work all by yourself, like pop the bubble and then come out to the reality. What has been the most challenging part so far? Well, I can go first for this question because I have something in mind. So one of the course that I'm taking in this semester is online. Yeah, so it is online, and then you might have this assumption in your brain when you hear about something called online, is in you have classes in Zoom, and then you attend them in a specific time, and then doing projects. That's not how it works. It's asynchronous. Most of the online courses are asynchronous, wherein you don't really have anybody teaching you anything. It's just that modules are being uploaded, and I don't really have a problem with the course design and work, but the problem comes with working with other students, collaborating in terms of group projects and stuff. So my group mates are not even in Northeastern. Some are working, some are like full-time students like me. So I legit found it very hard initially to,
to
manage the time and then get the work done. It's not like when you're doing physical, when you're meeting somebody on campus and then doing the work, it's just that, okay, we'll sit. If you have a problem, yeah, let's sit and then decide, discuss, and then get the work done. You cannot keep calling them. They're on a different time zone. The entire process is very tiring.
That actually happens because everyone, and mostly because all those distance students will be working full time, so they'll have like only weekends free for all this work. So they'll be usually working on the weekends for all this work, and yeah, it just gets really difficult because if you have free time during the week and you're working in your part, you can't just really discuss any time you want.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just keep it brief. Challenges. It's just, I think, finding a co-op slash internship slash on-campus job slash RA. So the main point is it's very crowded and competitive. So that is a little challenging.
What is the program's reputation within the industry, and how is Northeastern University perceived by employers?
So Northeastern has really good connections with employers. That's where you get the NU Works portal access for your co-op search and everything. And it has good connections. You can mostly land on a co-op with that network. But again, since it's so saturated right now, there are so many people. It gets really tough now. It is tough right now depending on the job market and because there are so many people.
Yeah, I think the reputation wise, Northeastern University has a very good reputation, to be
Actually,
very
it
honest.
stands on the first position for co-ops. For a co-op
I
based
think
university.
if anyone's watching this video, they would know because they would
Yeah.
have searched everywhere on Google, and they would know that co-op is the first
Co-op
thing
is
that
like
pops
the
up.
US
Well, I think that is the
Northeastern.
reason why 3 of us are here as
Yeah,
well.
because especially for biotech, Boston is the hub.
So, like there are a lot of startups and big companies as well in and around Boston. So, in that regard, definitely when you go for a co-op or an internship and you say you're a student from Northeastern, they'd know because many unis don't have this co-op option as such. Like, in fact, in the company that I am also working, they're like, okay, you're from Northeastern. We had like 6-7 co-ops in the last 3 years, and I was like, oh, okay, Northeastern co-ops. Like, yeah, students from Northeastern. So yeah, in that regard, at least in Boston and places around Boston, Northeastern is known.
So I think it's time for us to conclude the video. We have been talking. Wait, I don't get this feeling like we're doing a podcast here, and I've been asking you some questions, and then we are having some discussion, but not over a chai. I should have planned something better. Yeah, but nevertheless, if you can just give one personal tip from your quickly.
Think before you're coming here, because getting in on campus is really difficult. You can choose other universities which have lesser crowd, I would say, but obviously good reputed universities, but less saturated in this case, and you can have a better shot at more exposure and yeah, I think more exposure. Oh yeah, one more thing, if you're applying for masters in Northeastern, choose what you want to do, because masters in Northeastern, this course is mostly very industry based, that what you're going to do if you go to an industry later. And yeah, so if you want to go in academia side and you want to work, so you can go for other courses. There are other courses that are mostly research based. This is more industry based. So yeah, decide that what you want to do.
So the course technically gives you the overall development, not just the subject knowledge.
Yeah.
You know, that's the bottom line. And adding to Shruti's point, if you're somebody who's like, you know, wanting to do PhD right after masters, I personally wouldn't say Northeastern is a great pick.
No, yeah.
Because I myself am realizing that after coming to Northeastern. So Northeastern is a great school. I love it. I love where I am, because without which, you know, the personality development and stuff, without all of this, I wouldn't be able to connect with a lot of people and then, you know, be in a good space. But then it would also be an added advantage if I have enough amount of subject knowledge as well.
Yeah.
Especially because I am planning to, you know, do PhD right after.
One tip from my end would be that look at the job prospects. You know, like for example, if we are talking about biotech, we can say that yeah, Northeastern is a safe space because you have a lot of opportunities after the master's course. So I think look at the stream you're choosing and look at the ranking of Northeastern for that stream, because it's not necessary Northeastern is amazing for each and every course. It's amazing for computer sciences. It's good for biotech in terms of job opportunities are a lot. That's because this is a biotech hub. That's because of the location that is located in Boston. Being in Boston and Boston being a biotech hub, that's what makes a lot of biotech people, you know, want to come here.
So that's why when a lot of people ask me about other courses, I rather not try to, like, you know, give false information and then hype about Northeastern University, because I don't know how things work with other courses. My whole and sole reason coming to Northeastern is that it is located in Boston. I can, like, you know, take this leverage. So
Right.
that is for us to find out in next series, when I have other people from different majors doing the same thing. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. And if you have watched the video all the way till here, I hope you have as much clarity as you wanted before watching this video. I thank Shruti and Vansha personally for being here. So stay tuned for more videos and let me know in the comment section which major should I be interviewing in the next video. I hope I'll see you all there. Chalo, bye bye. It's time for us to leave. Stay tuned to Not So Chics for more videos.